Most people don't have even 3 months of expenses saved, which means one job loss or one medical bill can wipe them out completely. No backup, no buffer, no margin for error. And the worst part? This isn't obvious when you look at their life, because on social media, everything looks stable, but financially, it's fragile. So let's make this real. Two people, same salary, 1 lakh rupee per month, same city, same lifestyle. This is Priya. She keeps 6 months of expenses aside. This is Samir. He invests everything in stocks or property and keeps zero cash backup. On the surface, they look exactly the same. But one unexpected expense is about to expose the difference. Because when life hits, returns don't matter, liquidity does. And that's where everything changes. Let's break it down. Priya versus Samir. Welcome to the show. Today we're talking about money, but not the buy a course kind, the don't ruin your life kind. We've all seen the reels. Invest in this small cap and retire at 22. Yeah, and I'm the Queen of England. Today's cautionary tale features two people, Priya and Samir. Both got a 10 lakh inheritance. Both had dreams. One has a soul left. Let's start with Samir. Well, Samir is that guy who thinks he's a wolf of Wall Street because he watched a 3-minute YouTube summary. Samir gets his 10 lakhs and thinks, Alpha, I need alpha, beta is for losers. He wants to turn this into 1 crore by Tuesday. He dumps the entire 10 lakhs into the riskiest small cap funds he can find. Diversification? Samir doesn't know her. Meanwhile, we have Priya. Priya is, well, she's sane. She's the person in the friend group who actually carries a portable charger. Priya looks at her 10 lakhs and thinks, cool, but what if the world catches fire? Which, let's be honest, it usually does. She goes for the 60-40 split. 6 lakhs into growth, sensible, long-term stuff, and 4 lakhs into safety, otherwise known as an emergency fund. Samir finds out and literally laughs. He's like, Priya, you're losing to inflation. That 4 lakhs is just sitting there rotting. He calls it dead capital. I call it peace of mind. But hey, Samir's the genius with the 18% EMI on his new car, right? Fast forward 6 months. Samir is feeling like a god. His small cap portfolio is up 20%. He's basically Warren Buffett's long-lost nephew. Priya's portfolio? It's up 8%. Boring, stable, like a steady relationship that actually texts you back. But here's the thing about the market. It's a moodier teenager than I was in 2014, and it was about to have a tantrum. Suddenly, the unthinkable happens. Not one, but 3 things hit at once. Because life loves a trilogy. First, the market corrects. And by corrects, I mean it dives off a cliff without a parachute. Small caps are down 40%. Samir's 12 lakhs? Poof, it's now worth barely 7 lakhs. But wait, it gets better. Or worse, depending on if you're Samir. His company announces restructuring. That's corporate speak for you're fired, but we've phrased it politely. Now Samir has no salary, a 7 lakh portfolio he can't touch, and that 18% car EMI knocking on his door like a debt-collecting ghost. He's what we call a forced seller. He has to sell his stocks at the bottom just to pay for his groceries and that stupid car. Selling at the bottom is like breaking up with someone right before they become a billionaire. It's a permanent loss. But Priya gets the same news. Market down? Check. Salary cut? Check. But Priya isn't sweating. Why? Because of that rotting 4 lakhs. That 4 lakhs was her margin of safety. It's the buffer between I'm okay and I'm eating Maggie for 3 months. She doesn't touch her growth portfolio. She lets it sit. She uses her safety net to cover her bills while she finds a new gig. Samir is out of the game. Priya is still playing. And that, my friends, is the difference between gambling and investing. You see, math in the real world isn't linear. If you lose 50%, You don't need 50% to get back to even. You need 100%. Read that again. If your 10 lakhs becomes 5 lakhs, you need to double your money just to be where you started. Good luck with that, Samir. Priya didn't fall, she just paused. When the market eventually recovers, and it always does, she's starting from the baseline, not the basement. The margin of safety isn't about being scared, it's about being prepared for the fact that you aren't psychic. So, before we dive into how you can build your own shield, let's look at the first rule of not being a Samir. Your ego is not an asset class. Samir thought his gut feeling was a financial strategy. Spoiler, it wasn't. Let's talk about the alpha trap. Everyone loves the upside, but nobody wants to talk about the drawdown. That's financial speak for falling into a crater. Samir's 10 lakhs in small caps was a V-shaped dream that turned into an L-shaped reality. He forgot that small caps aren't just high return, they're high drama. Priya, on the other hand, understood the volatility tax. That's the price you pay for not being able to sleep at night. Think about it. If you're down 30%, you need 43% just to break even. If you're down 50%, you need 100%. The math hates you when you're losing. Samir was down 40%. He needed a 67% gain just to see his 10 lakhs again. 67%. That's not an investment, that's a miracle. While Samir is waiting for a miracle, he has to pay rent, and his landlord doesn't accept potential future gains as a currency. This is where the forced seller tragedy happens. You sell your best assets at their worst price because you're hungry. It's a vibe, just a bad one. Priya? She's eating pizza too, but she paid for it from her 4 lakh safety net. Her growth portfolio is still there, chilling, waiting for the sun. She calls this her sleep well at night fund, Swan, because she's graceful and Samir is currently a drowning pigeon. Now, some of you are thinking, but Zoya, I don't have 10 lakhs. First of all, relatable. Second, the principle is the same whether it's 10 lakhs or 10,000 rupees. The margin of safety is a mindset. It's the realization that you are not the one person in human history who is immune to bad luck. Samir thought he was the main character. He thought the market would wait for him to finish his coffee before it crashed. Life doesn't work that way. Let's look at the hidden costs of Samir's greed. Stress, hair loss, and the fact that he can't look Priya in the eye at Diwali dinner. Priya didn't just save money, she saved her future self from a nervous breakdown. That's a high ROI if you ask me. So how do we calculate this margin? Is it a vibe check? No, it's actually quite simple. Even Samir could do it if he stopped looking at crypto. The way to do it is to know your monthly burn rate. Not what you say you spend, but what your bank statement says you spend on Swiggy at 11 p.m. Take that number and multiply it by at least 6. That's your floor. Anything below that, and you're living on a tightrope without a net. Samir's floor was made of glass. One pebble, one tiny interest rate hike, and he was falling through to the basement. Priya's floor? Reinforced concrete, with a mattress on top, because she knows that risk isn't a number on a spreadsheet, it's a reality. People call Priya conservative. I call her the only one with a car that isn't about to be repossessed. This is the alpha of avoiding ruin. Avoiding a 100% loss is more important than chasing a 20% gain. Do the math. 0 times anything is still 0. If you lose your capital, you lose your seat at the table. Samir is now a spectator. Priya is still a player. But wait, there's a plot twist. Because life isn't just about market crashes, it's about the unexpected bill. In Samir's world, his car's gearbox decided to retire before he did. Cost? 1.5 lakhs. Money Samir did not have. He had to put it on a credit card. 36% interest. Samir is now working for the bank. He's basically an unpaid intern for ICICI. Priya's AC broke. Her cat needed surgery. Total? 1 lakh. She sighed. took it from the 4 lakhs and moved on with her life. The difference? Samir is stressed, broke, and paying the bank. Priya is just mildly inconvenienced. I know which one I'd rather be. This is the hidden margin, the ability to handle life's oopsies without checking your bank balance and crying. So, are you building a glass floor or a concrete one? Because we're about to talk about how to pour the cement. Now that we've seen Samir's portfolio go up in flames, let's talk about how to not be him. Step 1. Admit you aren't special. First layer of your concrete floor is the cash buffer. This is the 4 lakhs Priya had that Samir called lazy money. Lazy money is the hardest working employee you'll ever have. It doesn't ask for a raise, it doesn't complain, and it saves your life at 2 a.m. Samir thought his money should be working 24/7. But if your money never sleeps, you won't either. Look at those dark circles, Samir. So, how much lazy money do you need? Priya used the 6-month rule. 6 months of your life stored in a place where it won't vanish. This isn't for investing. This is for when your car decides to leak oil like it's an audition for a disaster movie. Or when your boss decides to pursue other opportunities for you. Basically, it's the I can quit if I want fund. Now let's address the opportunity cost wine. Samir would say, Zoya, if I put 4 lakhs in a bank, I lose out on the next big bull run. Now, cool story, Samir. But you know what's more expensive than missing a bull run? Being forced to sell your stocks during a bear market. When you sell at the bottom, you aren't just losing money today. You're losing all the compound interest that money would have made in 20 years. Samir sold his small caps at a 40% loss. He didn't just lose 4 lakhs, he lost the 40 lakhs that 4 lakhs would have become by the time he retired. That's the Samir tax. It's the highest tax in the world. And the government doesn't even get it. It just evaporates. Priya, she kept her 6 lakhs in growth. She didn't sell a single unit. Because she had her 4 lakhs to pay for her cat's drama. While Samir was panicking and calling his broker, Priya was watching Netflix. That is the ultimate flex, being bored during a crash. Boredom is the sign of a good financial plan. If your portfolio gives you an adrenaline rush, you're not an investor, you're a gambler at a casino. And guess who always wins at the casino? Not you, not Samir, the house. In this case, the house is the bank and the high interest EMI. Let's talk about the Samir syndrome. It starts with one good trade. You make 5,000 rupees and suddenly you're the next Rakesh Chunjunwala. You get cocky. You take on leverage. You borrow money to buy more risk. It's like pouring petrol on a fire and hoping it turns into a swimming pool. Samir's 18% car loan was he thought his stocks would make 25%, so 18% was free money. Math is easy when life is perfect, but life is never perfect. The market went minus 40%. Now Samir is paying 18% interest on a car he can't afford while his assets are dying. Priya's leverage? 0. Her debt? 0. Her stress? Also 0. She doesn't owe anyone anything. She owns her time. Ownership of time is the highest form of wealth. Samir is a slave to his EMI. Priya is the boss of her schedule. So, step 2 of the concrete floor. Kill your debt, especially the high interest stuff. That 18% loan is a hole in your bucket. If you have a loan at 18% and an investment making 12%, you aren't investing. You're just subsidizing the bank's Christmas party. Priya understood this. She paid off her small debts before she even looked at a mutual fund. Boring? Yes. Effective? Ask Samir's repo man. Now, let's look at asset allocation. Priya didn't put all her eggs in one basket. She didn't even put them in the same room. 60% growth, 40% safety. It's a classic for a reason. It's like a good dal tadka. You need the spice, but you also need the lentils. The growth is the spice. It gives you the heat, the returns, the alpha. The lentils. It's what actually fills you up and keeps you alive. Samir just ate a bowl of raw chilies, and now he's wondering why his stomach and his bank account is screaming. Ready to learn how to balance the plate? In the next part, we're talking about the recovery math that will make you rethink everything. We're back. Let's talk about the non-linear math of pain. Most people think if you lose 10% and gain 10%, you're back to zero. Wrong. The math is a cruel mistress. If you have 100 rupees and lose 50%, you have 50 rupees. To get back to 100, you don't need a 50% gain. You need 100%. Samir's portfolio didn't just dip, it cratered. He's standing at the bottom of a 67% mountain just to reach the starting line. While Samir is training for an Olympic climb, Priya is already 5 miles ahead. Why? Because she never fell into the pit. This is the asymmetry of risk. Losses hurt way more than gains help. It's like gravity, easier to fall down than to fly up. Samir is now obsessed with multi-baggers. He's looking for a 10x return. Not because he's ambitious, but because he's desperate. Desperation is the worst investment advisor. It makes you buy penny stocks that are basically lottery tickets with worse odds. Priya doesn't need a 10x. She just needs her 8 to 12% steady growth. She's not racing against the market. She's racing against her own goals. The margin of safety isn't just about money. It's about emotional capital. Samir is a nervous wreck. Every notification makes him jump. He's checking ticker symbols at 3 a.m. He's yelling at his dog because the Nifty 50 is down 1%. Samir, the dog didn't do it. Priya, she doesn't even have the app on her home screen. She checks it once a month, maybe, if she remembers. That's the mental margin. When you know you have a floor, you stop looking at the ceiling. You just live. Let's break down Priya's 4 lakhs again. Samir thinks it's wasted because it's not compounding. But he's wrong. It is compounding. It's compounding opportunity. Because she has cash, she can buy when everyone else is panicking. She's the only one with a shopping bag at a 50% off sale. When the crash happened, Samir had to sell. Priya? She used a tiny bit of her safety net to buy more of the growth stocks at a discount. She didn't time the market. She was just prepared for the market. There is a massive difference. Samir is now a forced seller. Priya is a strategic buyer. Samir is the prey. Priya is, well, she's not a predator. She's just smart. The 4 lakhs was her dry powder. In the world of finance, cash is trash until the day it becomes the only thing that matters. Today, Samir is looking for a job and a way to pay his 18% EMI. Priya is looking at flight tickets to Japan. The 10 lakhs started the same, but the ending? The ending was written the moment they split the money. Samir chose probability of being rich. Priya chose certainty of not being poor. Probability is a gamble. Certainty is a strategy. If you play the probability game long enough, the house eventually wins. Priya didn't play against the house. She built her own house, and she used margin of safety as the foundation. So how do you start? You stop looking at returns first. You look at risk first. What is the worst case scenario, and can I survive it? If the answer is no, then it doesn't matter how high the return is. You don't jump off a cliff because someone promised you 100% ROI on the way down. Samir jumped. He's currently discovering that rocks don't help you fly. Priya? She stayed on the cliff and built an elevator. The elevator is slow. It's boring. You have to listen to that weird elevator music, but it gets you to the top every single time. The margin of safety is your elevator. It's the mechanism that ensures that even if the cables snap, the emergency brakes kick in. Samir didn't believe in brakes. He thought they were dead weight. Now he's a cautionary tale on a podcast. Hi Samir, don't be a milk carton. Be the person who buys the milk without checking their balance. That's the goal. Now that we've destroyed Samir's ego, let's talk about how to protect yours from the social media alpha lie. Let's talk about the monster under your bed. No, not the pile of laundry. FOMO. Samir's biggest mistake wasn't just bad math. It was looking at Instagram and seeing his friends buying crypto in Bali. Instagram is a highlight reel of people who are likely one bad month away from bankruptcy. Remember that. Samir saw Priya's 4 lakhs safety net and thought, that could be a down payment on a lifestyle I can't afford. This is the relative poverty trap. You feel poor because someone else is faking being rich. It's a psychological scam. Priya didn't have FOMO. She had JOMO, the joy of missing out. She enjoyed missing out on the panic when the market dipped. While Samir was chasing the next big thing, Priya was focusing on the only real thing, her actual survival. Let's look at social proof. If 100 people are jumping off a bridge, Samir wants to know which brand of sneakers they're wearing. Priya looks at the bridge and says, I think I'll take the stairs. She doesn't care if the stairs are trending. In the bull market, Samir looked like a genius. But as Warren Buffett says, you only find out who is swimming naked when the tide goes out. So Samir wasn't just adrift, he was bare without a life vest. Priya, meanwhile, had a sturdy hull and a lifeboat. This is what people forget. The margin of safety is your anchor. It's the thing that keeps you steady when the storm hits. Samir lost his dignity, his car, and his sleep. Was the 20% alpha worth it? Ask his blood pressure. Let's talk about the alpha of not being a victim. If you don't have a safety net, you are a victim of the next headline. Federal Reserve raises rates, Samir panics. Oil prices go up, Samir cries. Priya? She just buys another book. She has built a life that is anti-fragile. That's a fancy word for things that get better when life gets messy. Because she had cash, she could handle the salary cut. Because she handled the cut, she didn't sell her stocks. Because she didn't sell, she won. Samir's chain broke at the first link. No cash equals forced sell equals permanent loss equals end of game, fatality. Now, how do you handle the FOMO when your friend buys a 100x coin? You repeat after me. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Your financial plan is a personal hygiene product. You don't share it and you don't use someone else's. That's just gross. Priya didn't care about Samir's gains because she knew his risk was unsustainable. You can't build a skyscraper on a swamp. Samir was building a skyscraper on a swamp. It looked great on the 40th floor until the ground decided to turn into mush. Priya was building a 2-story house on bedrock. It's not a skyscraper, but it's still standing. That's the secret of incremental wealth. You don't need to win today, you just need to not lose forever. Samir tried to teleport to the finish line and ended up in a ditch. Priya walked. She's currently at the finish line drinking a mojito. So, step 3 of the concrete floor. Mute the noise. If an account makes you feel like you're falling behind, unfollow it. Your mental health is a part of your margin of safety. A stressed brain makes expensive mistakes. Ask Samir. Samir's expensive mistake was trying to prove he was rich. Priya's smart move was being okay with looking boring. In the end, boring is the highest luxury. It means you aren't fighting for your life every time the news changes. Ready to see how Priya turned her safety into a superpower? Here's where the math gets actually fun. Let's go. Let's look at the secret weapon Priya had that Samir destroyed. Time. Compounding is like a snowball. To get a giant snowball, you need a long hill. Samir saw a tiny rock and decided he was done right then. Priya stayed on the hill. Her 6 lakhs didn't just grow, it accelerated because she never had to reset the clock. Samir is back at zero. He's looking for his next alpha while Priya's portfolio is doing the heavy lifting for her. Charlie Munger said, "The first rule of compounding is to never interrupt it unnecessarily." Samir didn't just interrupt it, he murdered it. Priya's margin of safety was the bodyguard that kept people from interrupting her snowball. She was the VIP of the market. Let's do some rich people math. If Priya's 6 lakhs grows at 12% for 20 years, it becomes 57 lakhs. 57, without adding a rupee. But if she had sold at the bottom like Samir, she'd have 4 lakhs left. At 12%, that only becomes 38 lakhs. The panic cost her 19 lakhs. 19 lakhs for a few months of feeling like a trader. That's a very expensive hobby, Samir. You could have bought a house with that panic. This is why your safety net is actually an investment. It's the premium you pay to ensure your future self is rich. Priya didn't just survive the crash, she thrived. Because she was calm, she saw opportunities Samir couldn't see through his tears. She noticed that great companies were selling for 50% off. She didn't go all in, but she moved some of her 4 lakhs into the fire. She bought the fear. Samir sold the terror. One is a strategy, the other is a biological reaction. We are not amoebas, people. To be like Priya, you need to automate your sanity. Set your SIPs, build your buffer, and then go outside. Play with a dog, learn to bake. The more you watch the market, the more you want to fix it. But the market isn't a broken sink, it's an ecosystem. Leave it alone. Samir was fixing his portfolio every day. He was like a gardener who pulls up the carrots every hour to see if they're growing. Newsflash, they aren't growing now, Samir. You just killed them. Priya let hers sit in the dark and do their thing. Now, let's look at the psychology of the buffer. Having that 4 lakhs changed the way Priya's brain processed information. When the news said economy in crisis, Priya's brain said, okay, I have cash for 2 years, what's for lunch? When Samir saw the same news, his brain said, I'm going to be homeless, sell everything, buy canned beans. Stress makes you stupid. It's a biological fact. It lowers your IQ right when you need it most. Don't be stress stupid. Priya kept her full IQ. She made rational decisions. She even negotiated a better salary during the crisis because she wasn't desperate. Desperation is a scent. Bosses can smell it. Creditors can smell it. And they will use it to squeeze you. Never be the one being squeezed. Priya had walk-away money. That's the ultimate margin of safety. The ability to say no to a bad deal or a toxic boss. Samir had please stay money. He had to take whatever crumbs were thrown his way because his car EMI owned his soul. So, which one are you? The one with the shield or the one with the leash? Because your bank balance decides your freedom. We're nearing the end of Priya and Samir's story, but the lessons are just starting to stick. Are you feeling it yet? Next, we're going to talk about the rebound. What happened when the market finally turned around? Spoiler, one of them is still at the bottom of the mountain, and it's not the one who was boring. And just like that, the sun comes out. The market decides it's done being a drama queen and starts to climb back up. And for Priya, this is the payday for her patience. Her 6 lakhs, which never left the market, starts to swell. But Samir? Samir is still standing on the sidelines, clutching his remaining 4 lakhs and looking confused. He's waiting for a sign. He's waiting for the news to tell him it's safe. But by the time the news says it's safe, the gains are gone. Priya didn't wait for a sign. She was already in the room. She caught the first 15% of the rebound while Samir was still reading blogs. Here is the Samir tragedy in numbers. He sold at a 40% loss. To get back to his 10 lakhs, he needs the market to go up 67%. Priya, she only needed the market to recover that same 40% to be back at her peak. Samir is working twice as hard for the same result. Actually, it's worse because Samir is now scared. He doesn't want to lose the little he has left, so he buys safe stuff now. At the bottom, he's doing everything backwards. High risk at the top, low risk at the bottom. It's like wearing a parka in Mumbai and a bikini in Manali. Priya's strategy was consistent. She didn't change her personality just because the Nifty 50 had a bad week. This is the behavioral gap. The difference between what your fund makes and what you actually make because you keep touching it. Samir's behavioral gap is a canyon. He's the reason fund managers have high blood pressure. Let's check in on the margin of safety one last time. Priya's 4 lakhs buffer is still there. She's refilling it with her new, higher salary. She's not just recovered, she's upgraded. She has the same safety net, but her growth engine is now larger. She's compounding on a higher base. Samir is compounding on a hope, and hope is not a strategy. It's a feeling you have before you buy a lottery ticket. He's now telling people that the market is rigged. No, Samir, your lack of a buffer was rigged against you. Big difference. The market doesn't care about your feelings, It only cares about your math. And the math says, he who has the most safety wins the most risk. It's a paradox. To get rich, you have to be okay with being not rich for a while. Samir couldn't handle the not rich part. Priya was fine with it. She knew the 4 lakhs wasn't missing, it was working as a bodyguard. And bodyguards don't produce milk, they produce security. If you try to make your bodyguard do the farming, you're going to get robbed and have no carrots. Basic logic, guys. So, as the market hits new highs, Priya is 20% up from her original 10 lakhs. She's at 12 lakhs. Samir, he's at 6.5 lakhs. Samir lost 3.5 lakhs of actual money and about 10 years of future compounding. That's the real tragedy. You can earn back money. You can't earn back the time your money spends in the market. Every day Samir was out was a day he was getting poorer. Priya's money never slept. It was in the market through the rain, the storm, and the sun. It's a seasoned veteran now. Samir's money is a rookie. It's scared of its own shadow. It's currently sitting in a savings account making 3%. 3% interest when inflation is 6%? Samir is literally paying the bank to hold his money. Brilliant move, genius. This is why the margin of safety is the only way to beat inflation. It gives you the courage to stay in the assets that actually grow. Without the shield, you'll run away the moment it gets hot. And it always gets hot. We're about to wrap this up. I'm giving you the Zoya checklist to build your own concrete floor. Are you ready to stop being a Samir and start being a Priya? Let's finish this. Final stretch, let's go. Alright, let's get practical. You've seen the wreckage of Samir's dreams. Now, how do you pour your own concrete floor? Step 1. The emergency fund. Not the I want a new iPhone fund. The life just punched me in the face fund. Minimum 6 months of expenses. If you're a freelancer or have a volatile job, make it 12. Don't argue, just do it. Step 2. The 60-40 split. 60% in growth for the future you, 40% in safety for the current you. Think of the 40% as your armor. You wouldn't go into a boss fight in a game without armor, so why do it with your life? Step 3. Automation. Human beings are weak. We see a flash sale and our logic evaporates. Automate your SIPs. Set it to the day after your salary hits, before you can even think about that pair of shoes you don't need. Step 4. Kill the toxic debt. Anything above 12% is a parasite. It's eating your compounding while you sleep. Credit card debt, personal loans for weddings, those are the Samir specials. Avoid them like a WhatsApp forward from your toxic uncle. If you have a loan at 18%, that's a guaranteed minus 18% return on your life. You aren't investing until that's dead. Priya didn't have magic powers. She just had a system. Systems beat vibes every single time. Samir lived for the vibe, and the vibe was great until the bill came. Now he's living for the regret. Let's recap the math. Staying in the market is the only way to win, and the only way to stay in is to have a margin of safety. Wealth isn't a number, it's a feeling of I'm okay. If you have 10 crore but you're sweating a 5% dip, you aren't wealthy. Priya had 12 lakhs and was wealthier than a guy with 1 crore and a margin call. Remember that. This is your invitation to the boring investor club. We have tea, we sleep 8 hours, and we don't check our phones during dinner. It's not flashy. You won't get 1 million followers for being sensible, but you will get to retire with your hair intact. Samir, he's currently writing a 14-part thread on X about why the system is broken. Don't be that guy. The system isn't broken. It just has rules. And rule number 1 is, don't get knocked out of the game. Priya took a hit and stayed standing. Samir took a hit and went home. That is the only difference. So, go check your bank account, figure out your burn rate, and start pouring that concrete today. Not tomorrow, not after your next alpha trade. Today. Because the market doesn't send a calendar invite for the next crash. It just happens. And when it does, I want you to be sitting there like Priya, eating your popcorn and wondering what's for dinner. That's it for today. If you learned something, tell a friend. If you're a Samir, tell a therapist. Just kidding, mostly. Actually, share this with that one friend who keeps talking about mooning on some random coin. They need this. I'm Zoya, and this has been your reality check. Go build your floor. Stay safe, stay boring, and for the love of everything, stay away from 18% car loans. See you in the next one. Or maybe I won't, because you'll be too busy enjoying your stress-free life. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some lazy money to go appreciate. Peace. So here's the bottom line. If you don't have at least 3 to 6 months of expenses saved, you're exposed. Not because something will go wrong tomorrow, but when it does, you won't have time to react. Start small. 1 month of expenses, then build to 3, then 6. Because this isn't about returns, it's about survival. And that difference only shows when it's too late to fix. So decide today, are you Priya or Samir? If this made you think, hit like and share it with someone who needs this. And subscribe for more no-nonsense finance.